Alright, let's put this shit on. Pants first. Oh wait. I got your small package right there. Thank you, that was a very good joke. I appreciate it that you all listened to it. I mean, it was better for you than it was for me, I assume. Alright.
Anything urgent, Mr. Crutchkov?
No, and I'm not Mr. Crutchkov.
Mark it as class 1 again instead of 2. Look, here's the scanner data.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away.
Oh, I see how it is.
A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko.
Everyone is tall, that's what's going on. Everyone is the exact same height, and you're like, and they're all like, you know, insecure as fucking like, oh, you're so tall, but I'm the same height as you. I know, right? It's just freaking dumb.
The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly.
I'm here for my fucking assault rifle.
Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. Tkachenko returns a couple of minutes later, carrying a device looking like an industrial-sized pneumatic staple gun.
Excuse me?
She looks at the thing in her hands, and then at you, enjoying your reaction.
This here is called the Kraut. It's a pneumatic gun for staples and nails. It's not technically a weapon, but when has that ever bothered you oranges?
It's obvious this isn't Tkachenko's first time demonstrating the Kraut. She retracts the attached blade and shows you how air is forced into the cylinder to create pressure for shooting. When she's finished, she sets the weapon on the counter in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna be just like careful with it.
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
The
Thank you.
armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on the pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me.
No, I don't want to check you out,
Leaning
but thank
over the
you though.
counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
But I want to bother Butterby first. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Where's Butterby?
A lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well.
That's like Polish sounding name. It's very close to Hungarian. Oh, I can't do the psionics answer because I don't have the psionics requirement. I'm gonna pretend that it's just everyday thing, like just nothing.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud.
Why is everyone smoking? I'm ready.
The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andrei gropes your hand briefly, then lets go, disappointed.
The pills, huh? The anti-migraine. Sleeping pills, neuroleptics, downers. What do you mean you don't take them? Well, off you go then. That means no talent, huh? Why waste time? No wasting time now. But alas, regulations demand it, so I'll give you a glove too. Regulations, huh?
Who says I don't take them?
The Silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama, hold me tight glove.
Oh, you're so
It takes
annoying, buddy.
energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew concentrates it.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
No questions. Just wanna be left alone. What's happening? Okay. How do I check my quests? Botherby.
I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot.
As you reach to open the sliding door, an engineer in a bright blue jacket stops you.
Hold on there, Chief. It's out of order. See? Tell your orange crony I'm gonna stick this chewing gum where the sun don't shine. Just arrived and he's already damaging property. Mind you, he fucked you over as well. You'll have to wait until I get this sorted out. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those guys over in Crystal Sands.
The technician points angrily at the lock on the door. His badge reads Maxim Penkovsky, technician.
Any other way to get through?
Penkovsky chuckles.
Looks like you don't get it. Tons of relics pass through Concord. The base is laid out to make everyone walk a single route, with the top level as separate as possible from the bottom. You get the memo?
He turns back to the lock.
So in the meantime, take a load off. Have a coffee. Loosen up.
Coffee.
Watch the storm through the window. We'll be seeing a lot of those out here.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
As an orange, I'm sure you know what this is. But in case you don't, I can teach you to pick locks. It's a useful skill. You'll see.
He looks at you expectantly. Penkovsky shrugs.
Is this legal?
Pick this lock specifically as much as you like. But in general, yes, it can be illegal if you try to get in where you shouldn't be, or open other people's lockers. No one will get upset if you touch an ownerless door.
Yeah, sure, teach
The
me.
blues getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of
I don't
tools
think I have
and
one.
gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals.
Alright, the tutorialization is breaking my immersion a bit.
The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the
That's
door
not how it
again.
usually works.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing half pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Alright, good luck. So, what now?
I repeat. Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt.
Don't have a utility belt, my dude. What do you mean, like my quick bar or?
Are you trying to hide?
What?
Attention, attention. Recent damage forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the... You're doing great. All right, off you go. I'll keep working on this
Welcome
lock
under the
because of
dome.
that
An
orange.
amazing excursion to a world.
Alright, well, we did it. Let's bother B. Let's bother him.
Wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine.
I know it's
And his
tall
badge,
too.
Winston Botherby, instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
I just wish to receive
The
military
black
training.
looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon receipt check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Botherby
Good.
leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises
Of
his
course.
index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. The goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
Oh, don't tell me
Pulling
what to
a
do.
notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
But we aren't strangers to
Jesus Christ, annoying piece of shit. The following text glows from a small amber-colored screen. Welcome to the Sherman Holographic Combat Emulation System. Please start the program. Enter Alpha to initiate the Alpha Squad hologram. The picture slowly changes. Looking closely, you can see the lines being rewritten one by one. Sherman System, Alpha Squad enters the battle. Proceed to training zone. Is there a cover system? How much does it cost? 6 AP. I have 9.
Target hit. I wouldn't cheer for random chance if I were you.
Wish I could tell his line of sight. I did real good.
What do you need?
Backslide a few steps at the sight of the weapon in your hands. Listen, could you put this thing away, please? Looks as if you're going to kill me. No, don't hide your weapon.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
Okay, so guess I'll hide that. Alright, what else do we need to do now?
An inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage,
Oh, they're all numbered.
I told you.
remember, our honest work will make the world.
You see a tall scientist in a white
course he's
lab
tall.
coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory floor.
I could tell he was tall because he looks the exact same as everyone else.
The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian Van Olden. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
Loudly, clearly. That's not me, buddy.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand.
Greet him and say you're here for
The
briefing.
scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises his watch for a closer look, and sets the timer. He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions. Within regulations, of course.
Sebastian produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Kronos or Forefathers knowledge points.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomalies. They could be dangerous. Make sure to always have medication with you.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Stalker.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Yeah, what's with the knowledge points and the difference between the two
The
kinds?
white scowls in annoyance.
Do you know anything at all? What did you come under the dome for anyway? You get knowledge points for scanning objects. For scanning anomalies and relics, you receive Forefather points. Scanning the company's property and employees, living or dead, earns you Kronos knowledge points.
He explains with a sagacious.
You can exchange knowledge points for medication and equipment as part of the volunteer research program. Are you ready for the next part? Clock is ticking.
The instructor taps
Okay,
his watch.
yeah, go.
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're within the time limit for questions. The next step is training in the artificial ecozone.
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the ecozone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are quite common under the dome.
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your Arad 3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of beauty.
Air is as dry as a nun's gusset. What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Here, this spot. Sounds like a sci-fi story.
Van Olden gestures back at the eco zone.